What happens when life pushes you to your breaking point? Season 2 of My Brilliant Friend is all about transformation. Both Lila and Elena are pushed to confront who they are and what they truly want. And it's not just their actions that tell the story. Their evolving styles reveal the hidden battles within. Their wardrobes reflect emotional struggles, ambitions, and how their friendship shifts. Let's explore how these changes in their lives and relationships are reflected through their fashion choices, marking a season of intense personal growth. In the early episodes, we see how Lila's life is changing after the wedding. Her light, delicate dresses show her rise in status but also her fragility, a stark contrast to the bruises she hides behind sunglasses. These outfits sometimes make her appear older, reminding us that she is just 16, unprepared for the role she is now trapped in. When Lila discovers she is pregnant, her reaction of rejection becomes visible through the prints she starts to wear. The lifeless floral dress she picks when confiding in Lenu lacks color, making her appear drained rather than blossoming. Just look at her sister-in-law Pinuccia, a more traditional mother-to-be with more colorful floral prints. In later scenes, Lila continues wearing prints, shifting from pale tones to dark and eventually to brighter hues. After the miscarriage, bolder colors with textured fabrics replace the earlier prints in her wardrobe. This change suggests a revival, but her real emotions remain buried beneath the surface. Her unhappiness is clear when she confesses to Lenu that she dislikes the path she's on and the person she's becoming in her marriage. At Galliani's party, Lila's striking black dress and bold red lipstick sharply contrast with Elena's elegant blue outfit and stand out from the other guests, visually highlighting Lila's discomfort and underlying anger in this intellectual environment. This combination of dark clothes and red lipstick serves as a recurring signal of Lila's aggression throughout the season, particularly when visiting the Solaras and confronting Stefano. Elena in her modest wardrobe often appears as a calming and stabilizing presence beside Lila. In one scene, this is visually emphasized when she wears a blend of Lila's and Stefano's colors, almost symbolically placing her as a bridge between them. Elena is still often seen in her usual scholastic style, light-colored shirts and skirts reflecting her dedication to education. However, Lila's influence pushes Elena to adopt more refined, polished looks, marking her personal growth. This change contrasts with Antonio's simple work clothes, emphasizing that these two don't have much in common and foreshadowing the eventual breakdown of their relationship. Elena also wears prints occasionally, reflecting her inner conflicts. Early on, subtle prints in soft blues and whites appear during emotional moments, keeping a low profile. However, during her interactions with Nino, her printed face becomes more pronounced, as a way of signaling his importance to Elena. These outfits feature simple cotton fabrics and plain silhouettes. This style emphasizes her naivety and openness around Nino, but also underscores her insecurity, highlighting how unsophisticated she feels in comparison to him. While on vacation in Ischia, Lila's complexity deepens after a conversation with Nino, where she admits feeling out of her depth. Seeking knowledge, she asks Elena for books and is later seen on the balcony, robed in a red towel, reading, a moment that suggests more than intellectual curiosity, possibly reflecting her emergent feelings for Nino. When Lila confesses to Elena about Nino's kiss, she wears white, perhaps trying to project innocence and downplay her involvement. However, before this, at the beach, with her light makeup and styled hair, Lila seems more prepared to impress Nino. These details show that, while she may present herself as guiltless, she is more aware of her actions that she admits. As Lila's feelings for Nino grow, her wardrobe becomes more colorful during the vacation. Bright pinks, greens and oranges reflect a lighter, more playful mood, and possibly her emotional freedom. Lila's swimsuits also evolve from dark tones to vibrant prints, their frequent changes reflecting her wealth compared to other girls. Her wardrobe darkens again at the end of the vacation, signaling her return to the harsh reality of her marriage and emotional distress. It also can be connected with her dark side, because her efforts to make Nino break up with his girlfriend in this period look more like self-assertion than love. Elena's light and printed outfits contrast with Lila's bold tones, visually emphasizing how overshadowed and emotionally conflicted she feels next to Lila. Two outfits stand out for Elena during this vacation. The first is her burgundy swimsuit, contrasting with the lighter tones of her usual wardrobe. Compared to her aqua swimsuit from a previous vacation, which was a phase of excitement and discovery, the dark color now shows that this vacation is connected with more dramatic emotions. The second standout piece is the pink dress Elena wears during the beach scene with Donato Saratore. This moment of emotional anguish marks a turning point for Elena, highlighting her vulnerability, anger, and desperation to regain control of her life amid the chaos she is experiencing. When the girls meet each other after returning from Ischia, the contrast between their style reflects the growing distance between them. Elena's outfit mirrors her university ambitions, while Lila's chic bob and fitted A-line dresses, reflecting the 1960s fashion, signify her determination to leave Stefano for Nino, embracing a personal transformation. During Lila's brief time with Nino, her wardrobe turns dark and simple, reflecting the austerity and uncertainty of her new life. The minimalist clothing is a result of her rejection of the wealthy lifestyle she had with Stefano. It's also representing the hollowness of her relationship with Nino and her growing disillusionment. When Lila returns to Stefano, she goes through emotional withdrawal and chooses an isolated lifestyle. Her disheveled hair and neglected appearance during pregnancy depicts a person in a deep state of apathy. However, Lila begins to re-engage with life after becoming a mother, and her new ladylike outfit represents this identity. But her coincidental encounter with her elementary school teacher deals a painful blow to her self-image. Maestra Oliviero is clearly not impressed by her traditional markers of social success, and tells Lila that she's been created for something more than being a wife and mother. This pressure weighs heavily on Lila, and instead of seeking personal fulfillment, she channels her energy into her son and nephew's development. The bright colors of the children's clothes contrast sharply with Lila's darker wardrobe, highlighting how she places her aspirations on them while distancing herself from her own ambitions. Interestingly, when Lila returns to reading books, she subtly adopts elements of Elena's scholastic wardrobe, like shorts and turned-down collars. Before leaving her husband, Lila's wardrobe reflects Stefano's financial struggles and the joyless reality of her marriage. Elena's style, in contrast, evolves to fit her new intellectual environment at university. Her shorter haircut and more formal attire reflect her desire to blend into academic circles and her ambition to be taken seriously. Her relationship with Pietro Airota, the son of a renowned professor, further influences her wardrobe. Unable to match his family's wealth, Elena opts for modest elegance, carefully selecting outfits that reflect her desire to fit into his world. When Elena returns home, the shift in her style contrasts with the traditional neighborhood fashions, underscoring the widening gap between her past and her new life. Even her coat, which she describes as out of fashion in Pisa, stands out here, further highlighting how far she has come and the more refined world she now inhabits compared to the one she left behind. In a later scene, Elena visits Lila, now living with Enzo and working at the factory. The contrast between their lifestyles is stark, emphasizing the diverging paths they've taken. Lila's layered cheap clothes under rough, practical factory attire creates a visible contrast compared to the fancy outfits she was wearing at the start of the season. However, the bright pink sweater under Lila's dark work jacket stands out as a vivid contrast. Does it symbolize liberation from her past, the spark of new romance, or perhaps the enduring hope for a better future? As with much in Lila's life, the full meaning remains unclear, leaving us to wonder what the next season will reveal about her journey. Throughout Season 2, Lila and Elena's evolving styles act as visual markers of their personal growth and the shifting dynamics of their friendship. Lila's bold colors fade into muted tones as she faces internal struggles, while Elena's minimalist academic style reflects her growing ambition. Their contrasting wardrobes symbolize a divergent path they are on, with Lila grappling with emotional turmoil and Elena's quiet pursuit of self-discovery. In the end, their clothing choices not only tell a story of change, but also of how their identities and relationships evolve.